Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aquarius in June 2020. Hello, Aquarius. How are you guys doing? I hope that you're doing well. All right, friends. Welcome to June 2020. Half of the year is practically gone, and it's in the books, and it has been a hell of a year, right? Aquarius, wherever you are in the world right now, whatever you're doing, whoever you're interacting with, whatever you're involving yourself in energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally. I hope that you're happy. I hope that you're safe and healthy. At this time, here in the States, things are quite volatile. I'm recording this on June 1st, the weekend after the end of May. And that last week of May was quite a intense one here in my country. So if you're aware of what I'm talking about without actually, going into the details, just please understand that, this is a very serious issue. These are very serious issues and very serious concerns of all Americans and even citizens of the world. I don't know what you believe in or don't believe in, but just make sure that you continue to try to teach and to treat people with kindness and love and compassion, okay? Leave it at that. Other announcements here in the opening before we get into the reading, Aquarius. Sometime in the month of June, I'm hoping to go live on the channel here for all of the collective as it stands now. I only go live once a month for the particular zodiac sign of the season, and those are for birthday messages. So I'm trying to devise different ways to interact with you all and meet you all and give you a little bit more of what I have to offer as a reader. So like the name kind of suggests, it's not going to be planned. It's going to be a surprise. So if you are not subscribed, I would consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you can see when I actually do pop on the camera and come up here on the channel to interact with you all. And yeah, that's all I got to say in this opening, okay? Now for the regular spiel. Aquarius, I have shuffled off camera. That's your main spread there. I will shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all your cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. The timestamp is in the description box if you want to jump ahead. Also down there is all the information that you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. If you have questions before you place an order for a personal, just go ahead and email me at the same address and I will answer you as soon as I can, okay? Yes, and also down there you're going to see the link to my Instagram. If you're interested in following me on that platform, feel free. The name is EmpathicFire Tarot. Should appear here on the screen for you in case you missed it in the opening. As it is now, I interpret oracle cards a few times throughout the week. Eventually thinking of doing pick a card over there. So if you're interested in any of that, just drop me a follow, okay? All right, guys, let's get into it. I want to see Aquarius's outcome for June 2020. Aquarius's outcome for June 2020. Please show me. It didn't fall, but let's see, because it... Yep, there, like that's it. That's what we want. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. And that goes there. Let's flip everything that came face down so we can get into it. Wow, that was coming out in your pre-shuffle hardcore. That one right there. And this guy again, okay. It's interesting to see, because I do these monthlies and the mids usually over several days. And it's interesting to see how energies and cards repeat themselves. There we go again. But they, usually have slightly different meanings in everybody's reading. So just a little insight from the person doing the tarot. All right, let's get into it. Please show me where Aquarius is in June 2020. Aquarius in June 2020, please show me. I just realized I didn't do something. 1 second. Okay, Aquarius, I apologize for that. All right, so let's see where you are. Please show me Aquarius in June 2020. Aquarius in June 2020, please show me. All right. Okay, cool. Aquarius, let's go. Coming into June, you guys come in with the energy of the Two of Wands. All right. I like this. This is, it's a very subtle and simple depiction of the Two of Wands, but it kind of is such a stunning visual of what it means, right? So when we get to the Two of Wands in Tarot, Aquarius, we're talking about making choices, but usually feeling very inspired about what's to come and looking forward to the choice that you make, bringing about the changes and the opportunities and, you know, whatever you're planning for yourself, whatever moves you're making in your life, it's like the potential of it is opening up. You know, you've got like this rainbow background, and so like I'm taking that to be like a kaleidoscope, or like, you know, the world is your oyster kind of feeling. That based on the choices that you make now, which might be hard, you know, I feel like for some of you it's not an easy thing that you're doing or deciding about. The next moves in your life are not going to be made, you know, haphazardly or cavalierly. I think a lot of thought and preparation is going into it. And like I said, for some of you, it is difficult what you're deciding to do. But once it's done, like once you make the choice, it's sort of like a domino effect, or like watching a domino set fall down. Once that first initial domino falls, it's very hard to interrupt it, right? Or, you know, the point of like huge domino displays like that normally is once you set it off, you know, that's the whole point, where it's a one-time thing. Oh, okay, so that could also be a factor, that what you're choosing to do or what you're choosing to involve yourself in, the next phase or road or path in your life that you take, could be a one-time opportunity. That's very interesting. And another thing, this is like very like, I wouldn't say it's specialized knowledge or anything, but I'm a gamer. If some of you guys don't know, like I'm not like a hardcore gamer, but I've been doing it my whole life. I'm a child of the 80s, right? And in Mario Kart, which is a hugely popular game on the Nintendo systems, right? There's a stage called the Rainbow Road. Okay, if you don't know what that is, you could Google it, or you could like read quickly, like, you know, the history of that course, that board throughout the different games. It is one of the most difficult courses in the game, even though it's, you know, it's a little kids game or whatever. But the irony is, of course, the road is a rainbow, right? So there's like a beauty to it, or like something really colorful to it. It's like, to me, I think things that are colorful are very intriguing, they're exciting, they stimulate your senses. But as a video game, or as something to compete against your friends or, you know, your family members with, it's like difficult, right? So that is another factor here. Even though this looks beautiful, to me it does, you know, this rainbow colored background, and I'm telling you it involves some type of choice, it actually is very difficult. And also another thing about Rainbow Road in Mario Kart is that it's one of the longer maps that you can play on in the game series. Like, it takes a long time to complete the race. So this could be a long time coming. This could be similar to a race, as in there's only one winner. So some of you might be deciding to start down, you know, I'm throwing an example out here. It doesn't have to be this, but you could be starting down a path or building your career towards politics. With so much going on in this world right now, you know, a lot of people are wanting to see changes in social and public offices, right? And so we've got people that are deemed outsiders. And, you know, you can take it on both sides, you know, okay? There are people who are deemed outsiders who are thinking and building themselves up and making a serious run at public office. This could be you, Aquarius. You know, I wouldn't say Aquariuses would want to serve, but Aquariuses definitely have an awareness of social justice. Whether or not they would want to be a part of the process so directly or so much in the forefront, I don't know. But if you're that person, go for it, you know? You know, but anyway, so that's what this feels like. Oh, okay. They're reminding me. So another thing about the rainbow is that this is June. This reading is for June. June is Pride Month. So some of you are making the choice to come out or do something in terms of your sexual orientation maybe before you've never been involved in any type of committees, or you've never volunteered anywhere. And maybe with the pandemic, maybe by the time Pride rolls around in your neighborhood or your city, maybe you'll be able to go and enjoy some festivities, but instead of just being a patron or somebody who just goes and has a good time, maybe you're wanting to be involved in the planning or the coordination of it, right? So take your pick. Whatever you're doing, you're making a very important choice. If it's not difficult, if it's not hard, it is important to you. Like your values are aligning here, because wands can talk to spiritual inclinations and convictions, right? So in many of your cases, whatever you're deciding to do is aligned with your concept of what is quote unquote right to do. Okay? Now, I like that. That's a good place to start. I like that. But of course, this is tarot, baby, and there's going to be a complication. So let's find out what happens next. So show me what happens next for Aquarius, please. Okay. So this is in response to lack. This is in response to lack. This is in response to not having the correct offers in place or circumstances, what have you. Because beneath it, meaning the root of it, what's underneath, is this Four of Cups. So the reason is this. Shitty offers, shitty opportunities, lack of offers, lack of contentment, since we're talking about the cup suit related to our emotional body, how we feel about things, how we communicate our feelings or how we express our feelings, and how we honor ourselves on an emotional basis. So there has been some not so great status quo or methods and ways of operating in those spaces or in those with those considerations, right? So emotionally, maybe you haven't been as ready or willing or able to express a certain thing, right? Because there is this idea of when you make this choice with the Two of Wands, Aquarius, you kind of, again, are on a new path, a new roadway, and you're going through a certain gateway, so to speak, where there's no turning back. Like I said, like a one-time offer, or like, my analogy with Mario Kart, there could only be one winner of the race on Rainbow Road. So there's something here where emotionally you were not able to make such a commitment or make such a stance or a choice before, but now it's gotten to the point where, okay, this is not working for me, right? Now, it doesn't have to be, change your life or make these personal declarations, step into a political career. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It could be simply applying for a new job and accepting that new job, right? This could be accepting an offer to speak, like, offer a speech at a public engagement. Maybe for a while you haven't been inspired, or you've never been offered the opportunity to begin with, or something like that, where you've always had these inclinations to speak publicly and speak out against certain issues or in favor of certain issues, what have you, right? And now, perhaps previous with this Four of Cups, that opportunity never came to you, or it came in ways that, you just weren't confident to take on board, right? Now, maybe because of your expertise or things that you are developing, like in your private life, this feels like, for those where this would be like a public speaking thing, like people are starting to take note of your take on things. People are noting that you might be an expert in the field. Not every person who, can be seen talking about a particular topic is an expert, right? And you could be, certified, you could be highly, decorated or given so many awards and recognized in a certain field, but actually have never been reached out for comment, or you've never been sought after for your particular insight. Yeah. Now that things are changing on a public scale, on a global scale, on a personal scale, in within your own household. Things are changing, and you might be finding yourself in a position where you're more willing or more called for to engage. Let's say it that way. If not speaking, just engaging. Yeah. And so this Four of Cups is showing to me that at some previous point, it just wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right atmosphere. It wasn't conducive to how you were feeling about yourself or feeling about the messages or the information that you would that you would want to share, or that you would be called to share upon. Like you could be an expert in, like, you know, like 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 methods of ensuring like a better crop. This could be something in the scientific field. It doesn't have to be, related to the issues of today, right? This could be about, speaking at a hair convention, where you developed a new technique on how to do something with hair, or a new way to style, or a new way to do whatever. And, you just never really wanted the shine, or people didn't recognize the shine that you had. Now, with that rainbow up there in the Two of Wands, you're possibly in a position to really move away from this Four of Cups. The other aspect that I do feel with the Four of Cups is, stolen opportunities, or missed opportunities. Let's say it that way. Missed and or stolen opportunities. So some of you, there is a competitive edge, kind of what I was saying with the Mario Kart analogy before, where there are multiple players in that game that are racing in their little go-karts trying to, cross the finish line first. I get the sense that in some of your cases, missed opportunities, stolen opportunities. Some of you have never been in, quote unquote, this race before. Again, sticking with the analogy of Mario Kart, or if you don't, if you don't want to think of it that way, again, like something political. Maybe you've never ran a political race, a political campaign before, but now you're thinking of doing it. Missed opportunities every year or so, or 2 years or so, right? Local seats or local elections come up, you know what I mean? And you've all, for the past 6 or 8 years rather, you've kind of just been like, I don't know, So there's something turning away from this lackluster, disappointing, not as robust energy that the Four of Cups represents. Four of Cups is kind of a downer, or a disappointment, or a lack, like I said before, a lack of something. And I think you're like, forget all that. I'm gonna plot my course, and I'm charging forward in a brand new way, towards a brand new destination, and it's gonna be lit. Ooh, look at me using young words, lit. For those who don't know, I'm not, quote unquote, young, okay? So me saying lit is kind of ironic. But maybe you're a young person. Maybe that's why I said that. Maybe you couldn't run for office before. Like maybe you've been inclined politically since you were a very young person in like your early adult life, your early teen life, right? Something like that. And now that you're 22 or 25, something like that, a fairly young age in this country at least, to run for office, you're throwing your hat in the ring, something like that. That's very cool. I like that. I like anything where people make choices and they feel it's the right choice for them, and they hopefully are doing it with good intentions. You know what I mean? So regardless of that, let's see what else happens for you, Aquarius. Please show me. Okay, so you have got this is taking a turn. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So you might have opposition, or you might have detractors, and that makes sense, right? Anything you do in life, whether it's, you want to change the color of your hair, you want to change your job, you want to pay with credit and not cash. People have like something to say about it. Like anything you do in life is open for criticism, apparently. But I get that, and I'm being kind of a facetious jerk at the moment, but I get the sense that you're you might find yourself surprisingly better prepared, or this is the perception. You come in also, I feel this is you, Daughter of Swords, aka Page of Swords. Oh, again, look at that with the rainbow orbs. Ha. Okay. So this rainbow thing is very significant for some of you. Not purely with the LGBTQ plus community, but for some of you, definitely that's a factor. But in general, rainbows, I wish I knew more about them in terms of like esoteric understandings, like if they, what they might represent, or, you know, a particular color in the rainbow might be like something that speaks to you. But here you are, Page of Swords, aka Daughter of Swords, right? I think that people are discounting you because of your youth or because of your inexperience. When we talk about daughters and pages in the tarot, Aquarius, we're talking about people that are viewed as novices, people that are viewed to be, you know, still a little wet behind the ears, still a little bit, you know, with things, lessons to learn and experience to gain, and they can be discredited, right? They're often associated with the energy of children, so this could have something to do with a child in your life or your own children. But when we talk about the Daughter of Swords, even though this is a page or a young person or young energy, I should say, because again, you could be running for office for the first time, but you don't have to be young. You could be running for office for the first time and you're 50 something years old. You know what I mean? So your energy that you bring to the table is young, is vibrant, is exciting and engaging, right? The Daughter of Swords is very engaging, verbally speaking. Verbally speaking, that's kind of redundant. Anyway, but you get what I mean. Like their communication is very, the way in which they go about communicating is very exciting. Again, very engaged, very interested in what is transmitted from one person to another, from one source to another, and there's a mindfulness over the words. But again, I feel that the position you're in is being undercut by how people view you. You're so young, or you're not experienced, or what do you know about this? You're not an expert, and then you pull out the receipts. Actually, I am. So, you know, please be quiet, or please, you know, correct yourself. You know, people assume you are a certain type of way and you're proving to be not that, right? The reason I think it's sad or annoying to you, if not sad, annoying to you, frustrating to you, or just the way people perceive you is because, or why I think it's kind of a misstep is because this is still an owl, right? If we know anything about the bird community or whatever, I don't know what you would call birds as a whole collective. Species? They're not a species because there's different types of bird species. Anyway, what we know about owls, period, is that they are prey animals, right? They're very ferocious hunters. They have keen eyesight. They have an incredible hearing. Their flight is amazing. Like sometimes watching like a nature video, any bird really, but you know, owls and like hawks and falcons, or not falcons, but eagles and shit like that. The way they fly, like the true mechanics that are involved, the preciseness of it is very, it shows some type of, like I am in awe of it, and I'm not even like a big time like bird fan or anything like that. I'm just like, wow, that's cool. You know, so there's something about someone not appreciating the skills you have, the nimbleness you have, or the intellect that you have, the knowledge you have, the ability to communicate that you have. There's like some opposition to this, which in a tarot reading, and for you Aquarius, I'm going to interpret that as just the energy around you. I don't know that any of you have a particular enemy that is even, I mean, aside from like, you know, a political race, or if it's a competition, like maybe some of you are literally competing in a race, you know, maybe, I mean, I would assume many game tournaments can still be going on. Again, I'm a gamer, but I'm not like a hardcore gamer, but gaming tournaments are huge business and people take it quite seriously, and it's, there's a lot of money in it. So that makes sense. And so maybe before you never qualified for the race, or you never qualified for the competition. Now that you're there and you're a newcomer and people don't know you, you're like on the scene coming out of nowhere. Everybody's like, who's this guy? Who's this girl? And you're just like, get out of the way. I'm about to show you who I am, right? So there's this, you got to prove yourself energy here. And it's just the atmosphere in which you're working, the atmosphere in which you're entering. Again, I told you, this Two of Wands, you've made a choice to go down a certain path, and it's competitive, it's difficult, it's a challenge, but the potential to succeed, the potential to see your life go a certain way, and you begin to develop, or you begin to accumulate, you begin to ascend in some type of way, that is the payoff. That is the beauty. In one of, I keep talking about Mario Kart. In one of the versions of Mario Kart, the Rainbow Road is an ascending path. You start at the bottom and it like twists and turns and it goes up into the sky. It's ascension. So that's another thing. Some of you might be on a spiritual ascension gig, right? And people are like, what the hell are you doing? And, you know, people all the time mock everybody. You know, you can see it on social media all the time. You know what's not going to save this? Crystals and essential oils. Like, if it works for an individual, which I can attest to, and many of you in this community could attest to, if my crystals and my saging and my essential oils and, you know, me, you know, dipping into all types of herbs and all this shit, if it works for me, and I can tell you how it works for me, what do you care? And nobody out here is saying holding a crystal is going to bring world peace. So, like, it's so silly when people, like, detract from someone's personal belief, right? Nobody says anything when someone, no offense to anyone, by the way, but nobody says, oh, when you grab your rosary, you know, like, it's so, it's like, it's more dismissive when it's, like, a part of this spiritual community, right? Where you're doing things that are, you know, kind of, you know, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. But, you know, one of these things came first. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say. Historically speaking, chronologically speaking, one of these things came first. Just going to say that. So, whatever. You're standing in your truth. I feel that this Daughter of Swords it's the detracting side, or the reason people are detracting from what you're attempting to do is because you're new on the scene and there's a criticism to it. Oh, God, another one. Another reason why people would be detracting. Political things, competition, job market, you know, you're coming in, you know, you may have had all the experience in terms of like college or any type of coursework and certifications and earning degrees and all that kind of stuff, and then you transfer into a job where you're like somebody's boss. Like, a lot of people like hate that. Like, oh, who do you think you are? I'm somebody with a degree, and apparently in our society that means that I'm allowed to be the boss of you. Here, duh. You know, like, that's just the way it is. The other aspect that they're showing me, going back to the LGBTQ thing, is that some of you are coming out late in life, and people don't get it. And, you know, we can sit here and talk about that all day too. Like, you're 40, you have 3 kids. What are you doing here? There's like this assumption that, you know, you're not truly a part of that community, and I'm going to leave it at that. So the whole time I've been talking about you standing in your power and asserting yourself vocally with these orbs, this rainbow orb situation, this road of rainbow here. Like, there's something about that being very significant to you guys. Again, like, maybe a particular color in the rainbow is your jam, and it's like your accent color, it's like your power color, something like that. But they both, Daughter of Swords and the Two of Wands, speak to this strength card, which is kind of where I think your no nonsense attitude at people pushing back is coming from. Major Arcana for Leo. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo, but you don't have to be. Some of you are. Not dealing with a Leo, but some of you are dealing with someone outside of yourself. Regardless of whether this is you or someone outside of yourself, the qualities would remain the same, I believe. Here we see some character. You, the other person, male or female, Leo or not, it doesn't matter. It's a general, right? By the way, this is a general. I've been talking directly to Aquarius. This could be flipped the other way. Aquarius could be off doing something else, and you as a cross watcher could be resonating with this. Take your pick, okay? Um, but, excuse me. What I see with this is a character, a person who's like really fearsome, really strong. I mean, you know, with the word strength there, it's kind of obvious. But they also are sensitive and compassionate, and they are gentle when they need to be and ferocious when they need to be. You know, you see this beautiful lion, very very cute. I love a lion. I love a cat. I'm biased. I love cats. So you see this character with this rose in its mouth, right? And roses are given to show affection, to show love, and in you know, just possibly romantic interest in someone. But that story, well, okay, that could play. They're like, I'm like, where's this coming from? Because I mean, that obviously is a part of why you give someone a rose in our you know, Western society. You give a rose to show someone that you're like, hey, I think you're cute. Hey, do you want to go on a date? Hey, happy anniversary. You know, there's all these reasons why. And that would play for someone who is stepping out into, it doesn't have to be a new relationship that's related to your sexual orientation and anything like that. But for some of you it is. Like some of you have been in the closet, and it's not a lot of you, by the way, but there's a few who have been in the closet, or this is your first relationship with someone of your same gender, or whatever gender is, you know, your bag. And, you know, there's like a debuting energy coming out of that rose. For those where this is like a romantic situation, or, you know, something about declaring yourself in terms of what you are seeking romantically. Yeah. Now, in other cases, the rose to me again is showing compassion. It's showing care. It's revealing the gentle side of this character, you or someone else. Yeah. The other aspect clearly is that this is a deadly predator, good old, big old lions, right? And there is this ability for this energy, this character, what they bring to the table to be very intense. We'll say it that way. Intense. This person has a huge, like the mane that's around the lion's head. It's a huge intensity that this person carries. Like my heart chakra and my solar plexus are like ding, 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 like they're going off. And basically what I see is that this person would love hard and hate hard, if I could say that. This person would be, and I mean, Aquarius, the Leo archetype in general is your opposite sign, so that makes a lot of sense to me. If you don't know, well, not that you don't know, I do advise when you are studying astrology, or you're just, you know, wanting to read something, you know, while you're, you know, luxuriating, thank you, in the bath, relaxing, you know, on a Sunday morning or something like that. While you're reading about your own astrological archetypes and insights about what Aquarius is, I would recommend reading Leo as well, because it's your opposite. You always want to study your opposite. It's like this whole thing about duality and all this stuff and whatever. You don't have to, but I recommend it. So I see here someone who would be similar to you, because Aquarius is intense. Aquarius is compassionate. Aquarius is, as we were discussing down here, since this is air energy with the swords, that's you, air sign qualities. So, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? Air signs, well, particularly you, Aquarius, you are not afraid of a fight. Same thing here with this energy. So it's still you or it's someone else. Not afraid to express yourself. That's definitely a part of the Leo archetype. Again, this is the major arcana for Leo. Aquarius has no problem expressing themselves. Aquarius has no problem getting involved in intellectual debates. Leo does too. But you guys will be doing it differently, right? And again, I'm speaking to the archetypes of the two signs. This person you're dealing with, they don't have to be a Leo. You don't have to be an Aquarius. You could be a cross watcher and you could be a Pisces. You know what I mean? And what I also feel here with this person is with that infinity symbol on the forehead of the lion, huge awareness, huge awareness, huge discernment. Again, the lion has a rose in its mouth. That's one of the greatest weapons on a lion is its jaw, its ability to bite down and clamp down, on its prey, yeah? But instead of showing that depiction or being in that mode, what we see is this gentle side. So the ability to go between the two, aka the infinity symbol above its head, to be on one side of the eight or the infinity symbol, and then to be on the other side, right? And it's a continuum. It's not broken. It's not two separate spheres and you can only choose one. It is knowing when and where to be showing that gentler side and where and when to show the more intense, ferocious side. This person is very wise in that way, and you know that about yourself or whoever they are. In terms of it being next to your Two of Wands, this could be, they could be a part of your choice, meaning they could, in some of your cases, be a partner. You might, again, going back to debuting in or taking on a new job, taking on a new career, stepping onto a new path in that arena of your life. This could be your boss, or this could be someone who you started up a project with, and you guys sort of meet each other in very similar energies. If this is someone who's external to you, Aquarius, they're super compatible with you. They're super complementary to you. You both bring to the table what the other one is lacking at that moment. And then sometimes that energy shifts and then you take the lead and then they take the back seat. Does that make sense? This is a great duo. If this is about you and another person, this is a great duo. And to choose to work with them, to choose them as your campaign manager, to choose them as your personal financial advisor. Maybe some of you are trying, you don't have any pentacles here really, but, whatever reason you would want to get with this person to align with them, it's a good move. Like, this person is pretty cool. I don't care who they are. I don't care where you met them. It's pretty cool. I like it. Now, the complication is, do you like them? Or, not do you like them? I think you do. Yeah, because because I told you, the rainbow here, the colorful orbs here, and you meet this energy. These are like pointing towards each other, right? And then what you're not interested in was the Four of Cups. I think what also is going on, and it is not your business, is some bullshit over here. That's what that is. Okay, got you. So, you're aware of the flack. You're aware of the pushback. You're aware, and it doesn't have to be, again, this could be you. You could be doing your own glow up and people don't like who you're turning. Yes, people don't like who you're turning into. They don't like that you're turning towards this individual, or they don't like that you're turning into this individual, into this energy, right? So, why do I say that? This is very interesting. Ooh, but that makes sense. Got it. I was like, why? Why would it be that? Okay, check this out. Death card. Major Arcana for Scorpio. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but you don't have to be. So, death is about transformation. Death and rebirth, right? Things that once were, they no longer are, and they become something else, right? And normally in both the word, the concept, both in a mundane way and an esoteric way, death is difficult. Nobody tends to like it, right? And what I'm sensing is someone is seeing your transformation, Aquarius, and they're like bitter, they are salty, they are not happy to see you do whatever you're doing, to go and travel down whatever path you're about to travel down. They see what the changes are and they are not here for it. They're becoming somebody that they never knew before, or you're stepping into an arena, stepping into a world where this person has been, possibly in a very dominating sense, because 8th house concerns with Scorpio. Scorpio can lend itself to possessive energies or obsessive energies, dominion. Okay. Oh, interesting. Again, I don't sense like heavy money issues, but eighth house is about other people's money. So maybe in some of your cases, Aquarius, this person has had a hand in your financial life or an influence in your financial life, and you're taking sort of your liberty back and you're getting on top of your personal finances. And this person is just like, wait a minute, what are you doing, Aquarius? And you're like, I'm asserting myself. I'm being a goddamn individual. I'm being somebody with some freaking autonomy. Get out of here. So what I'm sensing is, ironically, this person is coming in the embodiment of death, the embodiment of change and transformation, but they are not accepting of what they embody. Meaning, whether we're talking about it in a mundane concept or we're talking about it in an esoteric way, death is a powerful construct or a powerful experience, a powerful moment. Yeah. And I think that this person wants to maintain that power, that control. Because maybe in the past you deferred to their opinion, you listened to their insight, you listened to their guidance, you listened to their wants and wishes for your life, right? So what am I talking about? Friends, family, partners who are watching you begin to change in a way, and they don't like it. So what are we talking? Or let's go ahead and plug in some examples. So also notice that the eye line of this decrepit bird, this decimated bird, is staring right at the Two of Wands. They're watching you make this choice. They're watching you start your path down Rainbow Road, and they hating on you. They don't like it. And you're changing in ways that they have not sanctioned. You're changing in ways that they are not accepting. So you begin to step out on this path. This is somebody who, if you're going into a new work situation, maybe you took the job that they were supposed to have. They thought they were going to be next in line to be, the CFO, and here you come from an outside company where you do have the receipts, where you do have the expertise or the experience or the know-how, but maybe it's your first time being a CFO. Maybe this person was a CFO before and they were thinking, oh, I'll come into this job one rung down from where I was at my previous job, and then I'll come back and ascend a ladder in this new corporation. You come in, stiff arm them, be like, nope, it's mine. And they're just like, wait. And they're mad at you, even though it's not about you versus them. They are mad at the development and the shutout they're experiencing on their own life. Because the thing about this person that I feel is they're not one to actually embody. I said this, they don't embody change and transformation, truly. They show up as death. They show up as this person who purports change or says, oh, I support, these new endeavors, and I support this, and I think this is good for the development of the company, or I think that this is good for the future of our customers and our customer relations, and blah, 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 blah. But they don't live that life. They talk that life. They don't live that life. Go ahead, guys. Give it to me. Go ahead. Another way that we can see that what I'm talking about is the business. Check it. Why am I talking like this? Anyway, look at these two birds. You're a daughter of swords, okay? And they are death. In terms of like a flight, in terms of like being, a fearsome predator that's going to swoop down and pick up a field mouse, right? Hello, Four of Cups. Which bird is going to be more successful at that? Even though this is just a page. This is just a young energy. This is some new on the scene type of person. Who's in better shape to take care of business? You are. Or whoever's represented over on this side of the reading. Aquarius, to be fair, it is a general, and you could be represented on this side with the death card, okay? So, I feel that this person talks a good game about wanting change and transformation, wanting to be a part of that experience, but they don't actually do it. Because that's the other part about death when we talk about it in tarot. And again, you can apply it to real life and mundane life. When the prospect of death comes upon us in esoteric spaces or in real life, it is often hard to accept. It is often hard to grapple with. It is often denied. When someone passes away who we love very much, a lot of us are stuck in that realm of, I can't believe they're gone. I can't believe this is over. I can't believe, I can't believe, I can't believe. You know what happens when you say you can't believe? You get yourself stuck and you don't transform, you don't transmute, you don't move forward. I can't believe, I can't believe, I can't believe. You put that into a tarot reading, this person doesn't believe in change and transformation for themselves. They are not truly aligned with manifesting that. Anything you do in tarot, anything that I read for you or any other reader reads for you, it's not willy-nilly passive acceptance. You have to interact with the energy. So everything that I've said about you, making choices, moving away from shitty lack situations and lack emotional contentment, being a savvy go-getter and having this inner strength to use your discernment for your own good, you have to align with that energy if any of this is going to come true. It's not just because I told you it's going to come true. You have to say, oh yeah, I believe that and I'm going to pursue that and I'm going to say I can. Because when you get to death, again, with this person's energy and or just the energy around you, it doesn't even have to be an individual, but in some of your cases it is. That lack, I can't, I don't believe it, no, you're not gonna succeed that way. Flat out. That's what, and that is not even related to tarot. You could talk to a life coach. You could talk to an entrepreneur. You could talk to, somebody who's the top of their class in terms of like gymnastics and playing the cello. Nobody who gets to the top thinks they couldn't do it. Truly. If you consistently think you can't, you won't. You can doubt yourself here and there. You can have a bad day. You can have some setbacks. You can have some trials and tribulations. But if you don't have the energy of perseverance, belief aligned within you, you will not succeed. And that's what this person does. They doubt the situation. They don't believe the rhetoric that they spew. They don't believe the rhetoric that they tout. No, I'm not going to rant too much about them. They're still here because I think this is them too. Father of Wands. Yes. Unfortunately, this person. Oh, okay. So in some of your cases, let's go back a little bit. Remember when for some of you Aquariuses, I was saying that some of you are, late in life coming out of the closet. Kudos to you, okay? Whenever you come out and whatever truth you're living in your life, I'm here for it. So some of you are going on this journey of living your truth. Some of you, your ex-partner, male or female, fire sign or not, this is Wands, so fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, male, female, it doesn't matter. Whoever is being left behind out of your marriage, your long-time commitment, your short-term commitment, this could be the person that you were dating recently, and, you've been dating a short time, but they're like aggravated that you are separating from them. And it doesn't even have to be that you're separating to go and live, your truth in terms of your sexual orientation. You could be living your truth and going on to still live a heterosexual lifestyle. It doesn't matter, right? But whoever is not a part of your Rainbow Road journey, they be salty, bro. They be salty. The Father of Wands, when crossed or when not in a high vibe, becomes what we see here, a striking cobra. Similar energy with the strength card over here, meaning, what is a cobra? Another predator or another deadly animal here on this earth, right? And cobras, I assume, are pretty chill if you leave them alone. But when you stir up their nest or you come near them, they do what this snake is doing. They stand up or they whatever. Well, it's not standing. I don't know what you call it. They rise up. There you go. Rise up. They rise up and they're ready to strike. I feel that in some of your cases, this person is a bit on a war path or they're a bit vengeful. They're a bit, like I said, salty about seeing you do whatever you're doing. You're the new kid on the block. You're the new kid on the scene. This could be the incumbent. If this is a political thing, right? This is the person who has been in public office for the past 20 years of their career. And here you come swooping in with your social media army and you're disrupting the way that this king has built their own personal empire or their own personal success story. I don't think that the death card person is a slouch. I just think that their outlook isn't good. Their outlook isn't optimistic. They err on the side of neutrality or pessimism. And again, when it comes to being active, with these two depictions of birds taking flight, being involved, getting themselves elevated, this person can't do it. Your wings are shot to shit. You don't have legs, so you can't be perched on a treetop. And I'm pretty sure you don't have, yeah, you don't. You don't have lungs. You don't have you don't have anything. This person is dusted. And they're salty because you're about to usurp them in some type of way. You're about to leave them in some type of way. You're about to move on your own path, and this person don't like it. I don't know who they are to you, friend, family, foe, I don't know. But that's what I see. What did I say? So your outcome, dear Aquarius, ascension. What were we talking about with the bird, Rainbow Road? Okay, ascension, Three of Pentacles, putting in hard work. Often, well, not often, in the traditional depictions of this card, you will see three people on a card, and that is indicative, same difference though, of negotiation, partnership, compromise, yeah? Like I said, some of you are getting into partnership with someone who is a wonderful match for you. Go for it. Do it. This will play for a few of you in that this was a third-party situation. I'm not here for that. I don't believe in third-party situations in the sense that, you know, people go behind their significant others' backs, or people do things sneakily, or people do things that detract from a dynamic that is meant for just two. I'm not down for that. But I think this would speak to that. I think this would speak to possibly trying to seek a resolution in that, especially going back here, speaking to the Daughter of Swords, just briefly, for those where your situation involves children and a commitment, a marriage, you know, some type of some other type of ties, financial ties. I said that too, going back to this death card, and how this person may have had influence over your cash, or you both put in towards the house, but they paid all the bills or something like that. And to separate that cash flow is going to require some type of negotiation, especially if we're talking about alimony or child support or anything else, right? That's not a big storyline here, but it is a storyline that is out there. More generally speaking, this is what you're up to do next. You go from a Two of Wands, making the choice, deciding which pathway to go down, right? And then you begin the process of ascension, the process of beginning to build towards some summit. You know, like I can see on this card, or what I'm imagining is like a trailway, a pathway that leads from either beginning point, whichever beginning point you want with either any of those pentacles, right? And then you try and navigate your way up to the top of the mountain. It's not easy. Again, even though I can sense this message clearly for you, and I think I'm communicating it fairly clearly, I know that this is not easy. There's people expecting you to fail. There's people who are doubting you. There are people who are hating on you. And you might be doubtful yourself, or you might be scared, or you might be apprehensive or anxious about what's to come next. But dang it, man. If you want it that badly, whatever it is, you just align with the energy and you get it. And if it's not with the company you thought it would be with, if it's not with the career you thought you would be working for the rest of your life or for the foreseeable future, if it's not with the partners or the particular people that you want around you who you thought it would be with, it will be someone else. That's the beauty of manifestation. It's not even about the actual objects or the actual people or the actual visualizations that you have with you in your head. You think you're going to go work for, let's say you think you're going to go work for some big 401k corporation, right? Some big massive global thing, right? And you're thinking, like I said earlier, you're going to be the CFO of that particular corporation, but that doesn't work out. But an opportunity to be a CFO in another company. Maybe it's not 401k, but that is the aligned energy. You want to be a CFO, period. Here you go. Universe says this is where I think you would be best at, or this is the opportunity for you. Like I said, one-time chance maybe in some of your cases. And you're thinking, oh, well, it wasn't that company that I wanted to necessarily be with. I just wanted the position. I wanted the title, right? So it's something like that. You have to align yourself with the energy of what you desire, not the people, not the places, not the things. The energy. What does it represent to you? Overall energy, my friends. Yes, come on. Look at that. Judgment back there, and then the Wheel of Fortune. You're in a huge transformative moment in your personal life. The world is in a big transformative moment, in case you were sleeping for the past 2.5 months, okay? We are all in this energy, but specifically to you, Aquarius, you are transforming. You are moving from one platform in life to another. It's like being at a train station or a bus station or an airport terminal, right? Your connecting flight is in G12. You're in A15. You got to get down to the G terminal to make your connecting flight. You're walking on one terminal, or excuse me, one platform at the train station. You were headed southbound. Now you need to head westbound. Time for you to go up the stairs. If you live in a city, you know what I mean? You go up the stairs, travel up the stairs, walk across, and then you travel down the stairs to catch your connecting train. You know what I mean? So this Wheel of Fortune to me is giving me that. I'm seeing a turning, a literal turning of a wheel, turning of a like a wheel, like a dais, I guess, or like a stage with like several doors on it, and your door is slowly approaching. Your road is slowly approaching. All you gotta do is align yourself with the energy of what lies behind it. I'm going to be the next CFO in blah, blah, blah company. And you're like, okay, well, maybe it's not that company, but I'm going to be a CFO, period, right? Align yourself with that energy. I'm going to be the next, professional gamer, and I'm going to win such and such titles or such and such championships. Perfect. Do it. See it in your head. Don't be like this, detracting force in your own life. Don't believe the critics. Yeah? Aquarius, that's your reading for June. If you liked it, the like button is down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. Let me know that you like the reading and something here resonated for you. If you want to leave a comment and describe how this resonated in your life, that'd be super cool. Feel free to share the video across your social media platforms and let other people know you like watching my stuff. And if you have not subscribed, my friend, consider subscribing. The community continues to grow. Lots of people coming on. New clients and everything like that. So I'm enjoying doing the work. If you want to be a part of my journey, if you want to be part of your own journey, or make me a part of your journey, there we go, that's a better way to say it, feel free to subscribe, okay? Aquarius, if you want a personal, that information is down in the description box. And again, the link to the Instagram is down there as well. I thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care.